Have you ever heard of a killer who never fired a shot, yet was responsible for millions of deaths? Meet Adolf Eichmann. He wasn't a general on the battlefield, leading armies into combat. Instead, he was a desk-bound bureaucrat, a man who wielded a pen and a telephone as his weapons of mass destruction. As a high-ranking Nazi official during World War II, Eichmann became one of the main organizers of the Holocaust. His job was logistics. He was the man who made the trains run on time, but these trains weren't carrying cargo. They were carrying millions of Jewish men, women, and children to ghettos and extermination camps. Eichmann approached his task with a chilling, detached efficiency. He saw people not as human beings with hopes, dreams, and families, but as mere numbers on a transport list, items to be processed and shipped. He treated the systematic murder of an entire people like a complex management problem to be solved. To make his horrifying system run smoothly, Eichmann even delved into Jewish culture and traditions. But this wasn't for understanding or respect. It was a cynical tool. He used his knowledge to manipulate community leaders and deceive victims, lulling them into a false sense of security and ensuring their compliance as they were led to their deaths. When the war ended and the full scale of the Nazi atrocities was revealed, many of the perpetrators were brought to justice. But Eichmann vanished. He managed to slip through the cracks, escaping justice and creating a new life for himself under a false identity in South America. For years he lived a quiet, unassuming life in Argentina, believing he had gotten away with it. But the past has a way of catching up. In 1960, in a daring and now famous operation, agents from Israel's intelligence agency, the Mossad, tracked him down. They captured him in Buenos Aires and smuggled him back to Israel to finally stand trial. His trial was a global event, broadcast for the world to see. It wasn't just about one man. It exposed the cold, bureaucratic machinery of genocide. Survivors gave heart-wrenching testimony, confronting the man who had orchestrated the destruction of their families and communities. Eichmann, for his part, claimed he was just a small cog in a large machine, simply following orders. This defense gave rise to the famous phrase, the banality of evil, suggesting that monstrous acts can be committed by ordinary, unthinking people. He was found guilty of crimes against humanity and executed in 1962. Adolf Eichmann's story is a terrifying reminder that evil doesn't always wear a monstrous face. Sometimes it wears a suit and tie and sits behind a desk. Thanks for watching. If you found this history lesson important, please like this video and subscribe for more.